let me first congratulate the business world for instituting these awards. Like Business World Legal Leaders Award 2000. And I'm also proud. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm also so proud to be part of the jury who selected the winners of this award. And let me first congratulate the business world for organizing such a function and recognizing the skill and knowledge of the legal fraternity by suitably acknowledging them by the institution of various awards, which I won to more than 35 awards. Giving away awards is a great form of motivation, especially for young lawyers, because that by giving the awards, they are recognizing their talents in their respective field of law. And the very essence of giving an award is to recognize their expertise and the outstanding achievement they have made in the various fields of law. That will give them more opportunity, that will give them more motivation to work hard and to excel every year in their respective field of law. Another essence of giving away the award, which I should congratulate the business world, it generates competitiveness, because those who are maybe second in the rank or those who could not excel themselves for the award due to various reasons may not be attributed to them, various reasons. There's an element of competitiveness. Next year, definitely they will excel themselves. They will work hard in their respective field of law so that they can achieve these type of awards every year. So these are the very essence of the giving the award. It is not just giving just to give an award every year. It has got a motive, it has got a purpose to achieve. I'm sure this will motivate the young minds in their respective fields of law. Now we have you must be knowing that we have about 23 national law schools in this country and more than 1,371 law colleges in India. So a large number of students are passing out of this law college. In fact, I understand in the year 2011, the Bar Council of India has decided or recommended to the government to impose a moratorium for 3 years so that no new law college be opened in the country. Because they do not know, because those who are passing up to the law college, especially young law students, after passing out, they do not know which field they must choose. Now you are very well aware. Now there is about 60 to 70,000 law graduates. They are joining in the profession every year. They have to be accommodated somewhere. They may go, if they have got a godfather, if their father uncle somebody in the profession, they can just walk into that law firm. If it's a very established law firm, there's no difficulty. But there are freshers who have nobody to support. And I am happy to note that many of the law firms in this country definitely look for talent. And if a young mind shows in their law college or outside, excel in a particular field, we have law firms in the country, they absorb them, even if they are not godfathers or this. In my experience, I find many of the students who have come out from the various national law schools and other schools have get openings in various law firms in the country. So they are giving a great service to the legal fraternity by giving them appointment in their law firms, and ultimately they may be made partners also. That is a great opportunity for law students. All the same, don't think that this is the only opportunity for those students who pass out of the law college. There are a lot of other opportunities also. Not as a practicing lawyer. Of course, everybody focused on practicing lawyer because that was the mindset when we started practice. The only avenue was go to our office, then go to the court. There's no other. That's the only way a lawyer is looked up on. Now it is not so. There's a lot of areas on which we can concentrate. In the legal firm, of course, many of the lawyers may never appear in the court. Those who have the inclination, those who have the motivation, of course, they may appear in the court. And all lawyers may not be a success in a court of law. We know one of the great speakers, I'm not naming him, he was a big parliamentarian, he was a lawyer he was practicing as a lawyer. He was a great speaker, but he was a poor advocate. And I was one day we used to discuss ours with many friends. See, why this man? He spoke so with all his ability in a political platform. But when you come to court, it's a different ballgame. So if you put some questions to him, he won't be able to answer. From my experience, I say I'm not casting any aspersion for the last 25 years as a judge, and after that also. So whenever important controversial or sensitive issues comes, the law and technology, because we are in the Supreme Court, a lot of issues come which we do not know, because we are not studied at the law college, or as a lawyer, we do not have been dealt with those subjects, because these are new emerging fields, new fields of law, which many of the lawyers may not be knowing due to various reasons. So whenever a very important law which has got some technical base, when you put answers to some senior lawyers in the High Court or even the Supreme Court, they fumble. Either they may seek an adjournment, get it adjourned for studying the subject. Well and good, I'm not finding fault with it. Or sometimes they may look at either side to their juniors. That is a role that juniors has to play. Because many of the law students who come out of the college, they have got a lot of area for specialization. Even after coming out of the law college, when you get into a good legal firm, you get a lot of opportunities. You get a lot of opportunity to study technology and law. So when controversial issues come, for example, recently one matter came to the Supreme Court, that is a blockchain technology. I did not know what is blockchain technology because I started reading some materials to understand what it is. Now, when that case comes, naturally the judge did not know because the judge has not studied that subject. It's a new emerging field, nobody knows it. But suppose a young lawyer who has concentrated on that particular field is available to the court, and it is known to be well versed in the particular branch of law, necessarily the entire court or even the lawyers sitting there will look upon him. So I used to advise all the young lawyers, don't think of clients. Clients will come and clients will go. Clients may not come. That's a different matter. As a professional, as a lawyer, first you must study your subject. But many times we find lawyers study only when the client comes. That shall not be the attitude. If the client comes with a brief, he discusses with the client, then he studies the subject. They will ask the client to come after 1 week or 2 weeks. By the time you go through the file, by the time you may look at the law, and then you advise the lawyer. That cannot be the approach now. Probably that was the approach in the olden times. But now I would advocate to all the young minds, all the young lawyers, to concentrate on a subject of which you have some interest. How do you find out the subject of interest? Probably your peers may help you. Your law professors will help you to find out the subject on which you have some interest. You study the subject well, because now law and technology is so intertwined, because you cannot separate both. There's a law now. You take any law, it is so connected with the technology. So you study the subject well. If you study the subject, even if there's no client, your knowledge will spread your knowledge among your friends, among your seniors, and among the legal fraternity. Slowly, clients will come to you because you know you're a master of the subject, unlike a general practitioner. So that is one of the aspects I would like to highlight to the young lawyers. Now there's an article. It's actually a blog of the American Bar Association, somewhere in around 2000. They asked what are the new emerging practice areas in the foreseeable future. So they said, what are the new practice areas that solo, small, and medium firms should prepare for the next 5 to 10 years? So young lawyers should look forward. What is going to be the new emerging fields of law which they have to handle within another couple of years, say 5 to 10 years? So law firms need to start building up an expertise around accessibility and variability of data collected by small technology. In America, you find, say, every household or every office slowly they're building up. Every office and household is now controlled by technology, Alexa, or some other technology. Because even for when opening a door, we can just give a command, it will be opened. So everything has been technology based. So that it involves a technology of voice activated technology. So what is this voice activated technology? You must study that. So that is one of the emerging fields that is going to come in the near future. Lawyers will have to repeat it and then one more thing I like to highlight. That is, see what that is often a doubt has been used. Used was to put it to me many freshers. Sir, how will you excel? But we don't have any clients. One law firm told me that I have got 10 clients. Then good, that's good enough. Start with 5 clients. Start with 10 clients. Not difficulty. That's how you excel. But don't think that you will get 100 clients all in a sudden. So that's what they say. One of the greatest Dutch painter is well said. As he has said, see, success will not come overnight. Great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. That is said by Vincent van Gogh, one of the greatest Dutch painter. That means, see, you start practice with the five clients. This is for the young minds, young lawyers. That is good enough. But do justice to these 5 clients. Then overnight, within 1 or 2 years, it will have 10 clients, then we'll have 20 clients, we'll have 30 clients, it will go on. So start and make a small step. That's why they say great things are not done by impulse. That means we are not going to get 100 clients overnight. But by a series of small things brought together, you will achieve success. So that is one of the secrets, I will say, that I would like to share with the young lawyers. Now, unlike when we had our in law college, basic thing only, we study property law, we have studied contract law, we are inclined in we have studied criminal law. That's all. There is not much such. There's some specialization in the last year for taxation or for administrative law and an ordinary dispute resolution also. Now, when I was going through when the jury was judging the performance of the various law firms as well as the lawyers, we find a lot of new emerging fields, and for which award has been constituted also, award has been awarded also. For example, investment law. There are few firms who concentrate on investment law. So young lawyers, you must concentrate that particular field, what it is. Then restructuring and insolvency law. That is also a good field for young lawyers. Then real estate law, after the new legislation on real estate, you can consider real estate law. Then policy law, because policy is being changed every now and then by the government due to various reasons, and due to that, they need policy makers. They should be properly advised. Then merger and acquisition. Then intellectual property, of course, it is there in the field for a number of years now. Then insurance law. Then environmental law. Environmental law is a very, very emerging field. And then ADR, of course, many of them know that. And competition law, capital market, the tax, technology, media law, and so on, energy law, sports law, and fields are plenty. Don't think that there are no place for the young lawyers. So fields are a large number of fields. Only thing you must specialize in a particular field. You can be. That doesn't mean that you shall not attend any other type of cases. Other type of cases also you can always attend. But at the same time, you must concentrate in a particular field so that slowly you become an expert of that field. So the base should be of course, many of the legal firms in this country, and they take large number of lawyers, young lawyers. So suppose you excel in a particular field, naturally the senior most partner of that field necessarily will bang on you because you have studied the subject. So that's why you develop your knowledge in a particular subject. So don't be disheartened. And don't think that the only avenue for a law student to come into college is to go a legal firm or practice as a lawyer. There are a lot of other fields also. You can be a solicitor, or you can be an advisor, you can be a consultant, or you can be a law professor. That is the need of the hour. Because yesterday also we had I inaugurated one function of the Price College, the law college, Price College. So I must think this is the right time. You must update the knowledge of professors, and law teachers. Because just in the United States, suppose they have got any controversial issue or any constitutional issue, they first rank on the professors, not the lawyers. So the professors are exposed to the new vistas of knowledge. They know probably better than theoretically, and of course, their practical knowledge may not be that much as a lawyer is concerned. But for advising, theoretically, their knowledge is boundless. So they always advise they are the constitutional experts. First, they rank on them. So just like in India also, I think it is high time you must update the knowledge of our law teachers and law professors, so that only they are properly equipped, then only they can properly teach their faculty, their students. Then that will update the student. They will generate interest in students in particular various fields of law. And this is some of the aspects I would like to advise young lawyers. And I don't think that in any court in this country always recognize juniors. Don't be afraid when you are pitted against the senior-most lawyer in the country. Don't be against, because the judge always look at the how to. We have to just do justice to both the parties. The mere fact that junior is representing that will not going to affect your case. Of course, you must properly study, you must properly present, and you must know the facts, you must know the law also. So don't be afraid. Probably you may be better equipped than a senior lawyer, because you are the new generation lawyer. You have studied law in the law college. You are equipped in a particular subject. So on that aspect, probably you will have a better knowledge of the subject. Of course, face value differs. Experience also, you have to recognize experience of lawyers, the manner in which they present the case, that you must slowly you will educate yourself. So don't be disheartened. You have a lot of opportunity. And I must also really congratulate the business world for instituting these type of awards. That is a great motivation for the young minds, great motivation for young lawyers who are working in the law firms and individual lawyers also. Next time, I'm sure we will get more. We will have more recognition of better talents next year. So they must element of competitiveness is already there. Next time, until new law firms will join in this in this program, and let us see when next time we judge if you have better talents. So I must congratulate all the award winners, whether it is declared or not, I'm not sure, but we have judged and we have given our inputs, and ultimately they will be awarded the awards. So I must congratulate all the persons who have received the award from Business World. I must also once again congratulate the Business World for instituting these awards. So thank you very much.